Well, it's Wednesday, and that means it's Spaghetti Day. Oh, wait. It means we are having the Link to the Past Randomizer League Conference Finals, apparently. And tonight we are doing the third game of the Light World Conference Finals with Furaime, who is not giving an interview, representing Kinda Rando Retired, and I Choose You Gammachuu, representing Team Kappa. I'm Drosy1. I'm here with Sir Linkalot tonight. How are you doing?
I am doing great. How about yourself, Drosy?
I'm also great. I cannot believe this season is almost over.
Yeah, just this week and then next week, the grand finals of the league. It has been a fun season, whether you've been watching, participating, whatever the case might be. But we're down to these final four teams. Instead, we're on game 3 where the two teams have split. Tonight's game is going to be just a regular open 7-7 defeat game.
Yes, the teams have conveniently played their games in reverse order, so this is game 1 because they started with game 3. But hey, as long as they get the 3 games out, who cares about order, right?
Yep, doesn't really matter for the first 3 games, but then, those all have to be done before game 4. So we'll see. Definitely game 4 is going to be needed, but we'll see maybe if a game 5 is going to be needed as well when they get that game 4 scheduled.
And we don't even know who's playing game 4 yet because Kinda Rando Retired has decided to wait until they see who wins this game before they decide who they're sending out for the next one. And we should be underway in about half a minute here. Hopefully Gammachuu is not playing Beige Link today.
Or, having all the layers turned off, something like that. There we go.
Ah, he is Pika. Last round, we unfortunately never did get the Gammachuu Pika Pals matchup that we might have gotten if that series had gone longer, but what can you do?
The battle of the Pikachus, but yep. Yeah, we should be getting started any second here now.
There we go. And both with Furaime is doing Sanctuary start while Gammachuu gets his bombs out of Link's house and does a map check already that looked like regular crystals in Tower of Hera and Eastern and a green pendant in Desert.
Yep, that's what I saw. You had Crystal 3 up on Hera, Crystal 4 on Eastern Palace, and that pendant of Courage in Desert Palace.
And Gamma's checking the tier 1 tree pull. Ooh, full magic.
Doesn't help out too much right now unless we maybe find a weapon that we need the magic for, but it is valuable knowledge to have potential.
And Furaime makes the same discovery. And Uncle's just giving us a bee in a bottle.
So that potentially, we'll see when, maybe there's a bottle here in Kakariko Village when Furaime gets there and also finds some bombs himself. But we'll see maybe if that's going to have a little bit more repercussions on that bottle, because if we don't find an early bottle somewhere in Kakariko, Gamma's going to be able to check Sick Kid. And if Sick Kid has something major, who knows how long it'll be until Furaime checks it.
And as a kind of secondary use, if you get a bee that early, there are 2 interesting things you can do with it. You can sell it to the bottle vendor and get your $100 back, or you can release it in Mini Moldorm Cave if you're trying to save on bombs and haven't found another weapon yet.
Yeah, it definitely helps in Mini Moldorm Cave, because if you've just got bombs, most runners, especially when we get to this point, are more than capable of doing it with bombs, but that bee does make it a little bit easy.
Hey, there's the Moon Pearl, our first truly useful item in a chest. Okay, lots of bees today.
Yep, so much for that. Maybe playing a difference. We've already got 2 bees in bottles, so.
Well, as you were saying, it's always nice when you can round in that sick kid check on your first trip to CAC.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those checks where if you leave it behind, you kind of have to make that decision when you get a bottle. How soon do you go back to check it? Do get blue mail in the well, but so far outside of that, we've really only seen those 2 bottles and the Moon Pearl. So not really much of any progression so far.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Furaime sold the bee before paying the bottle vendor, so it's like, here's 100 rupees, here's 100 rupees for you.
I heard you're going to charge me 100 rupees, so I'm going to take your 100 rupees first. Threaten you with a golden bee.
So what does Sick Kid have for all those early bottles? Piggy bank.
Just 20 rupees. Now, it'd be kind of interesting to see if either Furaime or Gammachuu decide to do a blind check on the race game, considering we really found at this point nothing outside of that Moon Pearl. It will be interesting to see. Sometimes runners do like to do that if they get little progression here, because there's a higher chance that there might be something on the race game.
Now, Gammachuu having 2 bees has the luxury of using the other one still in Mini Moldorm Cave. But yeah, I'm guessing at least one and possibly both of them will just blind do the race game.
At least Furaime will.
And then you pretty much gotta do the standard South Shore checks after this, just because the densest remaining location, and the race game was a bust.
Yeah, this is one of the driest Kakarikos I think I've seen in a very long time.
And looks like Gammachoo's gonna also... No, he is jumping off and checking.
So he'll save a little bit of time here.
Yeah, probably about 10 seconds.
I guess it does make sense for his side, since he didn't buy those bombs. He's probably trying to make sure he saves them, so he's got, the bombs for the Mini Moldorm, Ice Rod Cave potentially, and things like that.
Well, the game thinks that's an item. I would still call it mostly junk.
Yeah, I'm never happy to see a shield. I'd be completely happy just never seeing an entire shield, an entire seed, but usually you can't avoid one of them.
And at this early point, with nothing else, Furaime actually picks up that piece of heart to get another heart container.
Yeah, and is making the play to Agina's cave.
I guess it's the same logic as him blind doing the race game, that there are few enough locations at this point that he's putting higher odds on one-offs having things.
Yeah, it does make sense, because, outside of this, we've got Mini Moldorm Cave, Ice Rod Cave, Sahasrah's Closet, Eastern Palace, and Front of Escape. That's really all we have, so not too much left. That is not what we're looking for. Again, we'll use that golden bee to great effect in the mini Moldorm cave where we get 5 items. There's some progression finally. Might not want to have seen that cape yet.
Yeah, it's an interesting combination because the glove puts you one step closer to non-AGA Dark World access, but the cape puts you one step closer to AGA access. So it looks like Gamma might be thinking about climbing Death Mountain now. No, he's going... Is he going to Houlihan? Oh no, glove, of course.
Yep, back of
Duh. I'm tired. And that's Zora money, and Zora's in logic with that glove.
Yeah, and the biggest thing we found out there, we found both the key and the map. Means Furaime's gonna probably check all the way to Zelda's cell. I'm not sure if we'll see Dark Cross or not with the current equipment, but we know all 3 of these are guaranteed to be some kind of item.
And Dark Cross as well. While Gammachuu is doing a bit more standard of a play on the east side here.
First item out of Escape, we get the magic powder.
That's an interesting find. It doesn't unlock anything yet without the hammer, or Dark World access in the mirror, but it's nice to have. Speaking of Dark World access, how about that in Sahasrara's closet?
Yep, and those Titansmiths, then we get the shovel too.
But I was wondering if Gamma might do the shovel as a one-off. Looks like not, though. If he gets the mirror, he'll probably do it after Village of Outcasts.
Yep, probably hoping for a mirror because it's going to make routing the blacksmith chain much, much easier as well.
Or it could be one of those horrible, horrible seeds where the mirror is on the smiths. I've seen that before.
Those are terrible seeds.
Okay, we get our Dark World map check, and the 5-6 are Pod and Ice, and the 2 remaining pendants are Mire and T-Rock, which means we don't necessarily need the Cane of Samaria or any medallions.
Yeah, this could potentially end up being a very fast seed with those pendants, but also we might need to dip those pendants, so who knows.
Furaime's now gonna go get his glove and cape. Interesting question, since he's doing all these one-offs. I'm gonna guess he'll do Ice Rod Cave next, which we haven't seen on Gammachuu's side yet.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision there is, because Gammachuu might have opted to not check Ice Rod Cave, because we're still short the rupees for Zora. Maybe just didn't want to make that kind of gamble that you're going to be short for Zora when you do the fake flipper.
Hey, Vanilla Big Key in Skull Woods. Woohoo!
So Furaime is going to be going at least to Ice Rod Cave, and what could be interesting as well is you can pick up the rock right outside of Ice Rod Cave, and you get 20 rupees every time you enter. So potentially you could just pick up the rupees for Zora right there.
Yeah, not ideal, but doable, certainly. Ooh, he is getting chased by those sand crabs. Fortunately, he has blue mail, so they only do 1 heart of damage.
Yep, and I think he is definitely thinking about that since he did pick the rock up.
These bomb jumps... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, or you can just, get the money right there and have 500 rupees even.
I was just saying regarding Gammachuu, those bomb jumps are definitely harder to line up when you don't have a sword.
Yeah, they definitely can be. And yep, Furaime is going to be doing some fake flipper action. I believe the only thing we've actually seen so far out of Skull Woods right now has been that bug net.
Well, there are only 2 items, and there's no guarantee the second item will be here in the front either. Nope, Skull Woods is pretty well a bust. The second item is in the back.
And speaking of a bust, Hobo just has a single arrow.
Yeah, Furaime's one-off checks have not been paying off so far today. And Lake Hylia Island is its vanilla heart piece. Bumper Ledge is just 20 bucks. So unless we need that cape for Spike Cave, it's probably not doing any good. But then again, neither runner's checked Lumberjack, so... Ooh, that is not what you want to see in Waterfall Cave when you're fake flippering.
Nope, that feels terrible. There we have a bow. So we finally have our first weapon with that bow. Sadly, you can't kill a blind with it.
Yeah, this is kind of weird. We don't have the ability to kill blind yet.
And so our ledge just 5 rupees. And this is going to be one thing to think about as well. Furaime, it has more checks, so we'll find rupees, I would assume. But if he does not check back of his escape, he's not going to have any rupees for things like the digging game or chess game. Uh-oh.
Did you see what we got as a blind weapon? And yeah, Zora is a big deal, and Gammachuu's not going to get that mirror anytime soon.
Yeah, that's terrible for Gammachuu.
And Furaime's running out of locations, so he's probably going to go to Sahasra's closet after this and get his Dark World access.
Within logic, that's all Furaime has now, is the Eastern Palace there.
Yeah, without a lamp, that's about as much as you can do.
Yeah, this is something I was wondering about. I don't blame Gamma for checking the first 4 chests in Thieves Town because they are so quick. It's pretty much like doing an overworld check. But, finding Cane of Burn, it's still a difficult fight. I don't even know if you can kill blind with just a Cane of Burn and no magic extensions. You'd have to go get a green potion or blue potion, I believe. But whether or not Gamma would decide to kind of full dive the dungeon.
Hey, with how weird this seed has been, there could be half magic in the back or something.
Yeah, and Furaime is also doing the Dark Room, going to Dark Cross, kind of use that bee to kill the rat for the key.
How does he still have bees?
The Waterfall Fairy gave him another bee.
Oh, right. That's what she's giving his bottle of refills. I forgot. Not a short digging game today.
Will it pay out, though?
We're past the 20 dig mark.
I don't think that's worth it.
Well, that's what you get in the vanilla game for it. Which is why most people don't race 100% in NMG.
Yeah, especially considering the fact that it is completely randomized. No, I just need to dig 30 times in this amount of time. You could do that game many, many times and never see that piece of art. So I kind of expect Furaime to follow the same path that Gamma has so far. The only difference is with that mirror is going to be able to do a few checks that Gammachuu is not able to. One of them kind of being right here is going to be able to mirror and check that shovel that was just picked up.
And if he wants to forfeit his portal, he could do Magic Bat. I think that's unlikely just because pain to go back and make a new portal, but he could if he wanted to. So the other thing to note is that early Bombos is kind of interesting. It could be an indicator that the Fire Rod is coming late. That Cane of Samaria is interesting because it's for 2 pendant dungeons that we really don't want to go into if we can avoid it.
Yeah, and something else that's kind of, I don't know if you want to, I guess Chad will probably say this is fun. Finding that lamp where it is, we still don't have a hammer or flipper. It's very possible if we end up finding a sword anywhere that Pod is logically locked by Ego 1.
Yeah, though I'm sure both of these runners are capable of doing a kern jump.
Oh, I'm sure we will end up seeing that rather than Ega, but still, logically.
Well, and no one's checked Lumberjack yet because we haven't seen Boots. If Boots show up at this point, then you have to wonder if something important's on Lumberjack.
Definitely.
What are the Smiths giving us? Smiths have junk. So what now, Gammachuu? Is he gonna do the back of thieves?
I think at least maybe the purple chest potentially.
That's a lot of walking for one check.
It is, but Gamma, as far as logically, could go up Death Mountain, but he can't check a lot on Death Mountain. Outside of that would be Eastern Palace. Since he does have the bow and the lamp, it is full clearable now.
Well, looks like... Yeah, with Cane of Samaria, he can certainly beat Blind without a magic extension.
That's true.
So I guess that's what he's gonna do. Oh yeah, and Gammachuu also still hasn't done escape. Or not the front of it.
Yeah, that's the other big thing. We know there's nothing there.
Well, we don't know what the powder could unlock.
This
What
is true.
what would be really rude would be Hammer on Magic Bat.
And I wonder if Furaime will actually check that. Because with the mirror, is able to do that, but we'll leave the portal behind.
Well, the fact that he's up here leads me to believe he's probably gonna Kern jump after this.
There's that half magic he thought might have been in the back of Thieves Town this whole time.
So Furaime is having just enough of his one-off checks paying off to keep him slightly ahead, I'd say.
You know, it'd actually be kind of interesting to see if Furaime with the half magic, when they get the Cane of Burna, they decide to go for blind with the Cane of Burna and half magic.
I mean, he could well. Now, from the runner's perspective, you don't want to find the key in blind cell here, because then that means there's probably an... But at the same time, if the key's in the big chest, then blind is logically hammer-locked.
You get 10 arrows.
So the key is locked in the big chest. Ah, nice he got the hit that time. Trying to follow the script while using the Cane of Samaria is tough, though. Well, there went the script.
So Furaime will not be doing a blind Burna fight.
And Gamma, once he only needed 2 more hits, realized he had enough magic to just use Burner to finish it, but that's the map.
Yep, so that means we did find all the items. Nothing left behind in Thieves Town.
So yeah, as you were saying, Gamma's going for the purple chest now. And Furaime is gonna do Smith's Chain a whole lot more efficiently.
Yep, and like I said, we'll see if we see that magic bat check as well. Now, as far as Gamma, we're going to see the purple chest turn in here, and probably Agina's Cave, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see Eastern Palace at that point.
Yeah, you got a full clear crystal in logic. Certainly would make sense. Then we just have to hope he finds his way to Zora.
Almost saved and quit, but just a single rupee in that purple chest.
It's like, you need your lunchbox rescued for that?
I mean, maybe he was at 499 rupees and he wants his own mirror. So he needed that 1 rupee so he could check Zora.
Did either of the runners check Desert Ledge just to see what was on it?
I don't believe so. I'm pretty sure they both saved and quit.
Yeah, I didn't recall seeing anything, but I wasn't sure if I might have just missed something. And you were right, Gamma's going over to the eastern area.
I mean, it does make sense. With him doing the Uncle play to start with, this is kind of the most dense area for him. I guess, Escape would be a little bit more dense, but this is a crystal, so he's going to have to do this at some point anyway, so this is kind of the better option of the two.
And hey, at least we're not having one of those super rude seeds with hammer on Magic Bat.
Which this is actually kind of good for Gamma, the fact that there has actually been so little progression in the sphere that he's currently in. And the mirror, so far, we've only really seen one check from it. Or I guess two, because of Magic Bat, because we don't know where the hammer is. But there hasn't been anything behind the mirror either. If he runs out of locations for finding something, he's going to know Zora has to have something.
Yeah, and really the only other mirror check for Furaime at the moment is Cave 45, though once he gets that lamp out of Hype Cave, he'll know that Tower of Hera's in logic with the mirror.
Yeah, I think after that we might see a play. He might mirror to go do Eastern Palace when he's done with Hype Cave, but if not, probably we'll see the Mountain Play.
I love how the red mail just turns Pikachu a slightly different shade of yellow. So we're going to get a look at Cave 45 on Furaime's side now. Eastern's a bust so far, and we only have one more item. And Gamma is taking the risk of that one item being on Armos Knights and is gonna ignore the vanilla big key chest.
This is kind of a big gamble here.
Yeah, it can save you a solid minute or two if it pays off, and if it doesn't pay off, you're committed to last locationing it and you just have to hope that it's not anything worthwhile. Nice burn of strats there.
It's really the quickest way to do it if you don't have a sword.
Yeah, it's rare to see players come all the way through Eastern without a sword, though, when it's not swordless. Nice quick kill, and that is the third item, so Gamma's gamble paid off. So Furaime picked up his red stuff and bombs.
Considering we did not see a save and quit, I believe we are going to see the Eastern Palace play.
Gammachuu killed the rabbit.
You have to look at it like this. The rabbit was in the tall grass, so Pikachu was asserting its dominance in the tall grass.
There we go. Well, Pikachu might need to be asserting his dominance in the water soon to make the fake flipper work.
So we saw some shenanigans and some fake flippering on Furaime to make it over to Pod.
Yes, as a reminder, Pod is out of logic at the moment. We would either need the hammer or the flippers or beating Aga 1 to put it in logic.
Which we're still missing an item for that too, so nothing. I mean, there's got to be an item somewhere that's going to have that, but yeah, everything completely out of logic in here right now.
I find it interesting that both runners used the bomb to set up their fake flipper today. That, you know, usually runners of this caliber just kind of line themselves up by intuition. Oh, and Gammachuu skipped Hobo, which will also save him some time.
Okay, not really what you want to see, because with two pendants, and Misery Mire and Turtle Rock, you do not want to see medallions, and we've got 2 of them now.
Yeah, plus that Cane of Samaria. Oh, and Gammachuu also gets his heart container refill in Waterfall Cave. But yeah, I think at this point what you really don't want to see is the flute. Or maybe what it's gonna be is Fire Rod on Laser Bridge, which Chad always wants to see.
Yeah, chat wants to see the worst things possible, typically, but Gamma picks up that mirror. I have a feeling we're going to see a Death Mountain play.
With that Sanctuary start, it sure looks like it. Heads up!
I was like, speaking of the flute.
Okay, so the seed is perhaps hinting that Pendant Mire is going to have something.
Well, the fun thing is, we can get to the Misery Mire area. We've got a 66% chance that we can open it up. But we can't do anything other than open up. We've got no hook shot, no boot.
We can't open it up. We've got no sword.
That's right. That's the thing. It's going to joke and say, maybe this is swordless, and we weren't told. But no, it's not, I promise.
Even if it were swordless, we don't have the hammer.
That too. So yeah, Lumberjack was a big bust. Or would be a big bust if you would do Aga. So I'm pretty sure our progression is going to be here on Death Mountain. If I've been keeping track of everything correctly, there's literally nothing we've checked every place within logic right now.
Yeah, between the two of them, I think that's right. Hey, we sure needed another bottle there.
I mean, you have to be able to hold more bees, right?
Yeah, so the only two things out of pod were Quake and that flute. So it'll be interesting to see what Furaime does with it.
Yeah, just a piece of heart on spec rock, so I think that means our progression is inside Tower of Hera.
So vanilla piece of heart on spec rock and vanilla piece of heart in spec rock. This seed's just been littered with vanilla pieces of heart.
Yeah, I also had the piece of heart at Digging Game.
And on Lake Hylia Island.
You know what's the worst part about this Tower of Hera, though?
We can't beat Moldorm.
Yep. Moldorm gets to laugh at the top of his tower. You almost have to think, though, that like the progression here is going to be the hammer or the sword.
And you just hope it's not in the basement.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Furaime, who's generally been more thorough, is gonna check that vanilla big key chest, which would allow Gammachuu to gain a bit of time.
I think Furaime will. Furaime's been a lot more methodical and clearing everything out, not leaving things behind. Gamma's been kind of gambling. Maybe feels like, you know, needs to make some kind of gambles they have to pay off to beat somebody like Furaime. And there's a sword, so...
You called it.
Which means that the Misery Mire is the next play then, too.
Other than, as you've pointed out, we can't get into Mire.
Well, yeah, we can't get into Mire, but that means Desert's on the table, Mire Shidda's on the table, as well as Checkerboard Cave. So that's got to be our next logical progression there with the flute that we found. Thankfully, with it being a sword, we can kill Moldorm over here, though.
Unless the logical progression is Aga and then Catfish.
That's true.
That is the only exception I can think of to what you just said. Okay, so nothing in Hera Basement. I'm sure Gamma's relieved to know that.
Now the fun part, though. Are we going to see like some kind of current jump or fake flipper shenanigan like we saw from Furaime's side on Gammachuu side to bypass Ego 1?
Oh yeah, chat's pointing out that Pod isn't in logic, so the flute's not in logic. So
nope, Pod is completely within. No, Pod is completely within logic now.
Oh, Pod is in logic by beating Aga. So right, what I was going to get at is I think we've conclusively determined that the game thinks this is an Aga seed.
Yes, this is definitely a logical Aga seed. It's guaranteed. There is no way around it.
But with Gamma going to Sanctuary, he's almost certainly going for that Dark World portal and then maybe a Kern jump.
Well, Gamma's probably also good. So Gamma still has mirror checks as well. So like Graveyard Ledge, K45, we might see those first.
From an item density perspective, though, I wonder if he'll just do Graveyard Ledge and then Kern jump.
That would be the best play, but we'll see what happens.
And he never went into the front of Escape, by the way.
I don't think Gamma's thinking about the front of Escape at this point.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't orphan anything in the front of Escape then. If he never goes in there, I mean, It's always nice to have that powder for the GT climb, but it's not gonna kill him or anything to have not done escape.
I kind of expect Furaime to head to Death Mountain first before checking the Mire area, just because if you've been paying attention to logic right now, you know the Mire area is completely out of logic, and the mountain is not. And chances are has some kind of progression for you.
Yeah, and that sword is certainly a nice thing to get. You were wrong.
Never mind, Furaime made me a liar.
I mean, he's got effectively 7 items he can get out of here. 2 in the shed, checkerboard, desert ledge. Oh, and it's ether anyway, we can't get in. I think Gamma's jumping too soon. That time he jumped too late.
Oh, I thought that one was good almost.
Yeah, that one looked like he was about right. Oh, now he's doing the Ancilla.
Yep, fake Ancilla.
That was nice. That was pretty sweet, honestly.
Yeah, it was. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see him just pull that out right away with how quick he just switched to it and made it work.
We'll have to ask him about that in the interview.
So desert is boots locked.
At least logically, the big key could be in this central chest. Nope, hard boots locked. So that takes away 3 of our possible checks.
Did he already check? Oh, well,
Oh!
there's something.
That opens up East Death Mountain. And that's where Gammachoo's going.
The chat saying it could be Aga locked hook. This was definitely an Aga locked hook. The pod area is locked by Aga.
Yeah, we have seen between the 2 runners, we have seen every single check that was in logic without beating Aga.
Yeah, flute led to nothing, so Furaime's going to have to do some more fake flipper shenanigans or do Aga. I'm sure we're going to see the shenanigans. Well, we're going to see this first, then probably some more fake flipper shenanigans. But high likelihood Gamma's gonna find something on Death Mountain. Because Flute led to nothing. So we're either gonna find an Ether Medallion, then something's inside Misery Mire, or we're gonna find some other form of progression.
And it's kind of interesting, for all of Furaime's thoroughness, he orphaned Catfish.
I think that's because of how he did the fake flipper, since he did it from the south, and there's a hammer. Since he did it from the south instead of the north, like Gamma, he went immediately to pod. And, you find the flute, and well, that unlocks things for you to do. So it's like, I'm not going to walk all the way to Catfish at this point.
So we are now flippers and fire rod from go mode on Gammachoo's side.
We most certainly are.
And a sword upgrade.
Yeah.
Now, it'll be interesting to see what the medallion is for Turtle Rock. And what our runners decide to do about it. I mean, Furaime can't get over to East Side yet.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see, because, you know, doing the first check isn't terrible. And you either get locked out of Turtle Rock incredibly quickly, or, you know, it could lead you on a wild goose chase to just a bunch of keys. Or, you know, a door that you can't get through.
I mean, the worst case would be if it's Quake.
Yes. It'll be interesting to see what Gamma does, because Gamma has Pod fully unlocked at this point. We know there's really nothing in Pod, but it is a crystal. But also has Ice Palace completely within logic too now.
Well, minus the flippers.
Oh yeah, minus the flippers, but you know, who needs flippers for Ice Palace?
Right, it's more just when you're only 2 items from Go mode and one of those 2 items is the flippers. Do you really want to check a location that necessarily can't have one of your 2 Go mode items?
I mean, it's a crystal dungeon you have to clear, and Bombos was very early.
That is true. The fact that Bombo showed up so early does give a hint that maybe that fire rod is in Ice Palace.
Yeah, and doing a full clear with the new Icebreaker glitch of Ice Palace is not as bad as it used to be, so...
Hey, there's our 4th bottle. So nothing really on Dark Death Mountain.
Well, let's find out. What is Turtle Rock? That is a Bombos medallion.
Ooh boy, looks like Gamma's gonna go for it. So this is interesting. It looks like Pod's a total bust other than that it's a 5/6 crystal, but we only just got the hammer.
We don't know that completely just yet, since we can't get into Misery Mire because of the lack of an Ether medallion. It's very possible that Flute's still needed. You know, we'll have to find out where those flippers and that fire rod in.
Yeah, we do not want to see that Ether medallion now.
No, definitely not.
Furaime.
Let's see, are we locked out of Turtle Rock with the first check? How about some flippers?
Okay.
Oh,
well,
the play right there. Ice Palace, here we come.
Yeah, all of our crystals are now obtainable except for Skull Woods. Which also means that fire rod could be on Pyramid Fairy even.
Yeah, it could be. We're gonna get some checks in the Spike Cave, though. But yeah, right now, Gamma has a fairly sizable lead, I would say. Because Furaime still has to finish the East Town, still has to go get the hook shot. And then do all of Death Mountain.
Yeah, he has gotten really lucky with his gambles, and Furaime's gotten a bit unlucky with one orphaned location. But we know that luck is Team Kappa's most powerful weapon, right?
I mean, I would almost say that's like any Randos player's best weapon. Execution, routing, all that helps, but without a little bit of luck, it's not really going to do a lot.
So yeah, Gamma will be full clearing pod is the thing. But
Which,
then at least you'll have that flute and be able to move around faster.
yeah, but considering, you've got 3 crystal dungeons to pick, you've got Swamp Palace, you've got Ice Palace, you've got Pod. Between the 3 of them, Pod is the one that chances are you will gain the least amount of time by go moding. Swamp and Ice Palace, if you get to go mode, you save an incredible amount of time compared to having to full clear. So this does make the most sense as far as which one to do first.
And the big key's in the back anyway, so you have to full clear the front.
Yep.
Yeah, I think especially with Icebreaker glitch being allowed, you do Ice Palace after pod, assuming Helmasaur doesn't have the Fire Rod.
Yeah, that would probably be the best play, because it's still going to be faster. You'll gain more time on Swamp if you end up finding that Fire Rod instead of Ice Palace.
And we haven't even seen Pyramid yet, so if you don't find it in Ice Palace, then you get 3 checks of Pyramid Fairy and Pyramid Ledge.
Yep, that as well.
So Furaime takes down Blind for his 3rd crystal, so we're actually even on the crystal count for a little bit, but not for too long. But yeah, if we wind up in sword mode, that's going to be interesting, because then it's like, well, how many checks do you chests do you check?
Everything on the way, really. I
mean, well, that's the thing. How out of the way are you willing to go?
Well, if you're only checking like crystal dungeon, you get 7 crystals. You'll probably just full killer GT, hoping to find a sword there. Chances are there is a sword in GT, but who knows?
But let's say the Fire Rod is in Ice Palace or Pyramid Fairy. Do you do left side swamp looking for a sword?
No, you skip left side swamp.
I guess with Diver down, at least it makes the flooded chests on the way. Oh, now Furaime, who had such an easy time with the current jump the first time, is struggling with it.
Furaime did not do the current jump. Furaime did some Ancilla manipulation on Lake Hylia.
Oh, he did Ancilla down there. I totally missed it.
That's probably why we saw a catfish skip.
I am surprised that both of these runners have an easier time with Ancilla than they do with current jump, and yet they did so many tries on... Oh, Ancilla didn't quite work for Furaime. That was Furaime's last bomb.
Yep. Kind of the same idea as Gamma to do Ancilla manipulation there, but because he kind of used most of his bombs, wasn't able to do the kind of the setup that Gamma did.
And unfortunately for Furaime, his only choices at this point are glitch your way back to East Dark World and get the hookshot from Catfish, or beat Aga 1.
Yeah, he knows something is either on Pyramid or something is on Catfish.
Oh wow, that's a pretty nice portal save.
Yep, definitely.
And on the Gotta Catch 'em All theme, Gamma's completed his bottle collection.
There we go. Current jump successful.
Also, just to explain a little bit about what we were talking about with that Ancilla glitch, for those of you who may not be familiar, on a very high level, what's going on is if you get enough stuff happening on the screen at once, the game forgets to make you splash when you jump in the water without the flippers. And, well, if you didn't splash, then you must have the flippers and be fine, right?
Yep, this is a wonderfully programmed game.
But now that Furaime's got his hook shot, he will, once he gets past these dead rocks, get his treasure trove on East Death Mountain.
I guess I was going to say, like, if there's any monster in A Link to the Past that I think embraces the spirit of Team Kappa, I think it is the Dead Rocks.
I would agree with that. And Furaime has the powder. He could have used it. And you have to appreciate even, like, little tiny time saves, like how Furaime placed the bomb and himself there so he could just sneak into the entrance as the explosion was still going off.
Yep, definitely. And Helmasaur King's down with just a compass. That is the 4th crystal for Gamma.
And a 5/6 crystal at that.
So we'll see if Gamma decides to make the play to, well, save and quit. I don't know where Gamma's going now. I was going to say, I'm sure we're going to see a mirror and a flute somewhere. Or wait, he hasn't activated the flute. Never mind.
Oh, right, because he only just got it.
He's got to unstuck the duck. And the Dead Rocks do it again.
And another heads-up thing that we've seen both runners do, mirroring out of Sanctuary. Again, it saves you 2 or 3 seconds, but it can add up.
I mean, you think about it like this, a tie is 2 seconds. So that is 2 seconds you save yourself, so it's very possible you do that once, and you win a race because of it.
Well, looks like Furaime will be getting his flippers soon.
Well, it makes sense to open it. Furaime's not going to find anything in Hookshot Cave or Super Bunny Cave, so we'll see if we dive into Turtle Rock. We're going to see Palace first.
Gammachuu didn't do Spike Cave, did he?
Did do Spike Cave. For Gamma, there is nothing on the mountain until he has 7 crystals now.
Okay.
He doesn't find a sword anywhere, and all 3 swords are somehow in Turtle Rock.
Which would be pretty horrible.
Yep, GFE, we are looking for a fire rod and at least one more sword.
Uh-oh.
And so Misery Mire is now open to us.
I'm thinking you do left side swamp before you do Misery Mire.
Yeah. Like, I mean, with the way Gamma's been playing, it wouldn't surprise me to see a left side skip of swamp, considering what else has been. But Gamma might also feel very good about finding the hook shot as well.
A nice icebreaker on the first try.
Incredibly quick icebreaker. Like, I've seen a lot of icebreakers. That's definitely got to be one of the fastest icebreakers I've seen.
Yeah, it amazes me the runners who can just line it up the first time and go right through. So we've seen one item so far in ice?
Yes, I believe so. Oh, I guess chat is saying 2 items.
Okay. Two would make more sense because it would be a bit odd for... Oh, Gamma's not orphaning Ice Tea, he's just taking the long way around. I'm surprised he didn't bomb jump out of Freezor Room.
I believe he tried to do the bomb jump, if I'm not mistaken, but missed it and has to go this way.
Oh, I thought he just jumped in for some reason.
Yeah, I might have missed it, but... Well, it's a good thing that he... But Book's not really going to do us a whole lot. About the only thing it would... Chat's kind of bringing up that possibility that there is a very, very small, minute chance that pedestal is still required, but we're not going to discuss why.
That would be incredibly minute. Ooh, pretty clean icebreaker from Furaime, too.
Now we get to do a hammer cold stare.
At least we have 12 hearts and red mail.
This is true.
But yes, Fighter Sword slashes won't even damage Cold Stare. You can do it with a spin attack, but then you have to charge the spin attack.
And even then, you have to do a lot of spin attacks. Well, there's one puff down.
Oh, Gamma's got to be careful. He can only take one more hit.
That was close.
Phew.
Like, I'm not surprised to see some cape strats now.
Wow. That worked out.
Yep, a nice clutch with the Burna. I'm pretty sure he would have taken a hit there if he didn't Burna to avoid that damage.
Yeah, he was seriously thinking on his toes there. So that gets us our pyramid access.
I think what we'll see probably is a Swamp Palace play first, and if you don't find Fire Rod, then you'll check Pyramid Fair.
But then you're in kind of the awkward position of what about left side swamp? But yes, you were right about swamp first.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said... Go ahead.
He hasn't done Cave 45. Looks like he might be doing that and checking Bombos as well.
Checking Bombos just, you know, it's a check, because we know, well, potentially a sword could be here, but if you see Fire Rod, then you know you're going to find a sword somewhere outside of GT.
Yeah, but I'm guessing if he's going to the trouble of Bombos, he'll also do Cave 45 while he's walking around.
Alright, well, Bombos is nothing, which means chat's dreams of Ped are now officially dead.
And Furaime actually stopped by the potion shop and got some blue goo, so that's gonna save him. Okay, he wanted to go out of his way for Bombos Tablet, but not for Cave 45.
No, I think that with the way Gammachoo's been thinking as of right now is he's made the skips that he has, and not having mirror, you know, you kind of figure it's like, okay, if my opponent has this, they've checked this already. If the Fire Rod or sword, if there's something there that I need, I'm probably losing this race. So I can't spend the time to go do that at this moment. This is one location, however, that Furaime is going to right now that we have not seen by either runner. We have not seen hammer pegs.
And without the boots, he's gonna do it the long way.
But if you see a Fire Rod or a sword here,
it'll probably be another vanilla piece of heart with the way this seed's been going. Or a frozen stream, and we'll never know.
uh-oh. Well, I guess we may find out. We're not. We'll follow Gammachuu and we'll see if we find a Fire Rod or a sword in Swamp.
I just checked Furaime's stream. His own personal stream is going fine, and he's actually in Swamp now. He does not have a Fire Rod marked on his tracker, so it was not in hammer pegs.
Oh,
and he's still on fighter swords.
And we caught up.
We didn't find a sword upgraders. Okay. But yeah, based on Furaime's own tracker, there wasn't anything of importance in hammer pegs.
And we are seeing left side skip. There's the Fire Rod.
So, at an hour 12, Gammachuu is in sword mode.
Which means Furaime will be following into sword mode, but Furaime still has to go clear pod as well.
Well, he's done everything except Helma, so he can just go straight for Helma.
Yep. So it's not going to be too much of a time sink, but it is still time sinking. We'll see maybe if Furaime decides to do left side swamp as well, looking for, you know, fire rod or a sword. We know it's not going to be fire rod, but it could be a sword there.
Right, and that's one interesting thing about the legalization of Diver Down. Your strategy for left side swamp has totally changed because you can only do Diver Down on left side your first time through. You like menu bosses? You're gonna see a menu boss.
We'll kill on the puffs there.
Well, at least we now have that fire rod, so that's gonna make the large bulb quite a bit easier than if we had to do the whole thing on hammer.
All the mini puffs are down. So I'm pretty sure there is an item on the left side swamp. I think at
But
least
only
one.
an item. Oops, Furaime's gone plaid.
Furaime did also skip left side swamp, yes.
And Gamma is going straight for Moth in his 7th crystal.
There is also an item here in the back of Skull Woods. If it's not on Moth, we'll maybe see if Gammachuu decides to check that chest, or just, it's like, I'm not checking it. I know there's an item there, but I'm not checking.
Yeah, and then the question becomes, if you find the GT Big Key early, how much more of the basement do you check hoping for a Master Sword?
I think it kind of depends on what room you find that big key in.
Well, you certainly finish checking whatever room you're in.
Oh yeah, of course.
And also, silver arrows wouldn't hurt if you're gonna be on Master Sword.
I was initially going to skip the chest, which makes sense, because if Mothula has the item, then you don't need to check that. And
half magic is really gonna come in handy here because you get so many fire rod shots, and again, Mothula with fighter sword kinda sucks.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully that you have the hammer, but still, trying to hit Mothula with that hammer is not the most fun thing in this game.
Mothula is not being very cooperative, though.
He is not. But down he goes.
And that last item is in the hallway.
We'll see if Gamma decides to check it. It's not too much of a time sink, but it is lost time, and with how he's been kind of skipping chests, almost kind of be shocked to see him check it right now.
Unfortunately, the bot isn't working, so we can't actually play the big key guessing game, but if you want to play just for the heck of it, get your guesses in. Sir Link, do you have a guess?
I'm gonna go. You know what? We're gonna go with 1. I think the C is gonna be rude with the big key.
And make the runners have to decide what they're doing next. Oh yeah, chat pointing out there is that 1 in 22 chance that the big key could be on the torch.
Or the C could just rub salt in the wound, and it could be a sword on the torch, and you can find the big key. I think that would actually be important.
And wasn't Team Kappa one of the teams involved in that match where it looked like a jet seed right up until an hour 5 in, when the big key turned out to be on the torch and it took another 40 minutes to get the boots?
I believe you are correct with that. The randomizer giveth, the randomizer also taketh.
Well, I'm sure Gammachuu is hoping he doesn't have to go through what his teammate Fear Agent went through a couple weeks ago.
Well, we'll see what happens. We got number 1 and number 2. That is 20 rupees. And that is a key, so it looks like we are going right side first.
Wonder if he'll do full right just to avoid the torch room as long as possible.
That would kind of be an interesting play.
I mean, with the invincibility items, full right isn't that bad.
No, it's not, but considering he pulled out the mirror, I don't think that's what we're seeing.
No, probably not.
It's not in chests 3 through 6. Grab our small key from this room, and then we're going to end up mirroring. And that's going to make the torch number 7.
While Furaime is heading back towards Helmasaur, okay, just a heart container there. We are not boots locked.
Not at all. Well, maybe. Who knows? Actually, we could still be in a boots lock seat. I just thought of this. This is bad. I shouldn't have thought of that.
I can only think of 2 remaining boots locked locations. Hey, there's that. There we go. Go mode for real at 121.
So up until that point where we got the sword and we might have been looking for, there's actually 5 boots locked items right now.
Right, but we've seen both torches and lumberjack and library, so aren't the only remaining 2 locations Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb?
And desert. Which is the green pendant as well.
Right, because they're all the items behind the torch and desert.
Yep.
Forgot about that.
We are still looking for the big key, though. I believe we have number 13 coming up. Is this?
Yep.
It's just a key, though.
Turning into one of those seeds.
It sure is. A randomizer room is next. a map, a compass, heart container, and well, there's your silver arrows. I was kind of almost hoping for the big key to have all those major dungeon items in one room. Not to be had.
I'm sure Gammachoo's happy to not be doing Master Sword Silverless.
Probably so, and something interesting, we'll see how Furaime decides to route GT. But there's the possibility if he decides to go full right, chances are he's going to find the big key. He might miss silvers, though, because he'll probably go left looking for a sword, find that master sword, and be like, okay, that's it, I'm done. Not looking for anything else. We'll miss silvers for that, though.
Oops, Gamma didn't line up that bomb jump quite right. This is not something you see every day because, hey, with boots you just bonk.
Yep. We have more than likely a bootsless seed, though, unless for some reason, seed wants to be rude like it hasn't already been, and they're at the top of GT. Or, here in Bob's chest or the ice almost, but, how about we get a big key? It's time to climb. So that was chest 18. So right now, with the way it stands, this is definitely Gammachoo's race to lose.
Here we go. Realistic Meddler guessed 18, so congratulations. If anyone else guessed it, I'm sorry, your guess has already scrolled off the top of chat. Okay, so it's go ahead.
I was going to say, the one thing I believe Gamma has to be careful of is I don't believe Gamma has any safeties as far as getting health back. I don't believe they have a potion to get their health back.
No, and he doesn't have the powder because he never did the front of escape.
Some nice hard drop.
Boots, he can't do the safety room either.
Snipe from the BMOS. Alright. Through the gauntlet, though, just has Land Molas 2.
And those silver arrows will certainly come in handy given how he's been burning through magic.
I think that might have been one of the reasons why he wasn't afraid to burn through magic, is having those silvers. Like, I just need to get through this as quickly as possible. I've got no safeties. This is the fastest and the safest way for me to get through this right now.
Okay, so Furaime is going back to left, so he will get his Master Sword and Silvers before he finds the big key.
Okay. By finding that big key, Gamma's probably going to be on Aga, if not, potentially fighting Ganon.
Oof, this bridge is tough, though, without the boots.
Yeah, boots make this room trivial. You don't have boots, and it becomes a whole different game.
And because of Gamma's lack of safeties, he can't even, just take the fall to speed up that room. I wonder if he'll start opening chests here just to hope for, some health.
I would be surprised not to see it, just to see maybe if you get a tempered sword. I mean, you've got silvers, but tempers, if any of these chests have a sword, that is a good time save.
3 spin attacks with the Master Sword. And Furaime will get his big dungeon item collection and silvers.
Alright, but Aga 2, which should be Aga 2.
Yeah, it's kind of Aga 3 with all the clones. I assume that was a double, not a triple, because they hit him too close together.
Yep.
Yeah. More great coding on the game's part. And Gammachuu is jumping right in with 5.5 hearts, no safeties, and a Master Sword. Which is probably why he queued up the cape.
Yeah, take this first phase kind of not necessarily nice and slow, not being a little aggressive. That is a very good spot for phase 2.
Yeah, can he one-cycle phase 2?
He can.
He might... Yeah, he just barely did it.
Got 2 more spins and 4 silver arrows, and then a bridge to cross. Might be a triple here. Oh, nope.
A double's still pretty nice.
No, not going to complain about a double. And down goes Ganon for Gammachuu. So everybody get your in chat.
And Furaime's not really too far behind, all things considered.
Not really. It's just finishing the gauntlet up, but Gammachuu will take this win in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 24 seconds. GG.
So let's see about getting him in here. To answer a question in chat, the lights go out in the order that you light them, and Gamma didn't even try for the torch glitch, so he happened to light the right one first. And we have Gammachuu in here with us, GG. Gamma, if you're saying anything, we can't hear you.
Alright, can you hear me? Sorry about that. GG's, thanks.
There we go. So, what are your thoughts on the logic for that seed that you blew apart by taking a nice Ancilla jump?
That was really, really dumb. Once I found that mirror, I just thought I lost at that point. I wasn't even thinking about Aga. Like, that was way, the back of my mind. I just thought, the hammer was going to be somewhere really silly. And once I got the mirror, I decided to make the trip up Death Mountain. And I was really looking for a weapon because, that was already like 30 minutes into the game, 30, 40. And I had no sword or hammer, so I wouldn't be able to kill a Moldorm in the first dip. Sword bailed me out, and then as soon as I picked up sword, I think, oh, okay, Aga's a play. Obviously, something's gonna be in pod. And then I save and quit like an idiot, thinking I'm gonna go straight to Aga. And then wait, and then I think, wait, I could do the bomb jump. What am I doing? And I'm just like in panic mode because I feel so behind because that mirror. I did mirrorless miss chain, so I just felt really bad.
Yeah, we thought that mirror was gonna set you back, and then you really lucked out because it turned out that none of the mirror checks had anything worthwhile.
No, I was intending to go to pod, but Catfish threw the hook shot, and I was still kind of making my way towards pod, but I'm like, oh gosh, this just opens way too much. It sucks if I have to come back here if I don't find anything useful up there, but I felt like I needed to do something like get going because I just fell behind, and I was happy to see the hammer up there.
Yeah, the hook shot was really what put you in the lead for good because Furaime orphaned and basically last locationed it.
Oh yeah, that's tough. Did he go pod first?
Yeah, he came into pod. He did an Ancilla from what's Dark Lake Hylia called?
Oh, by the Ice Palace area, somewhere around there.
Right, and so then having gotten the flute, he just left and activated the flute.
Yeah,
The catfish.
yeah, I'm really glad it just worked out then because I probably would have done the same thing, flute, going to the Mire area. But I already had the flippers from the first chest of TR, and I just really wanted to follow flippers after pod. So I prioritized Ice Palace so I could get the 2 red crystals. After Swamp, I was going to do Pyramid Fairy, but it ended up being inside Swamp, so I'm just glad it worked out that way.
Yeah, no, it worked out great for you, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's at Team Kappa luck. It's still still going strong.
Yes, it's not just fear, it's all of you, right?
Yeah, it's all of us.
Actually, I was curious though. You tried the kern jump so many times and
Oh
didn't
my
make
god,
it.
yeah, that was
And,
just bad.
and then you did the Ancilla glitch completely effortlessly. And we were just like, if he can do the Ancilla glitch that easily, why was he trying the kern jump?
Yeah, I mean, I don't practice a kern jump. I do it every now and then. Like, I just usually just, try to wing it. And I don't have problems most of the time. I just, after like 3 or 4 bombs, I'm like, I'm running out of bombs. I'm just going to do it this way. And yeah, until a glitch is really easy for me to do.
So why didn't you just do Ancilla glitch from the get-go?
I thought I was going to go the first try, and then I just felt, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And I'm just running low on bombs. I'm like, no, I got to just do it this way.
It's okay, your opponent had the same problem.
Oh, yeah, he missed a kern jump a few times.
He actually ran out of bombs missing the kern jump.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's what I was trying to avoid. I didn't want that to happen. No, but I'm really glad Catfish kind of saved me here then.
Yeah, that was absolutely the difference in the seed.
Sword mode was fun too. I'm just glad I got it before the big key.
Yeah, we were wondering how many more checks you'd do if the big key came up first.
Yeah,
and by the way, Furaime's on phase 4 of Ganon, so let's just give him his last silver arrow here. And we have Bacon.
And Furaime will finish in second place with an official time of 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 27 seconds. Everybody get your G's in chat.
So, right, we were on the big key. So, how much more digging would you have done in GT Basement if the big key had come up first?
I would have cleared out the whole basement before making the climb. Probably skip tile room though.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
I
hey,
just
we might have seen the big chest then.
yeah, I would have gone for that too. And then Big Key popped up in Bob's chest. I'm like, okay, cool. I got silvers and the sword. The silvers were a bonus. That was nice. I don't like doing silverless cannon. That's
And
always
especially
boring.
not Master Sword silverless, I would think.
Yeah, that's just ew. Who wants to see that?
So we also have Furaime in chat. So as we know, Furaime will not give an interview. But if you want to ask Furaime anything in chat, I'm sure he'd be happy to take questions there. Yeah, Sir Link, do you have anything?
No, you pretty much covered everything that I was thinking about needing to ask.
Well, so Gamma, how are you feeling? Your team's now up 2-1. You get 2 more chances to clinch and advance to the finals.
Honestly, I feel less stressful because this is how I was kind of hoping this week would kind of go. Just have kind of a 2-1 lead over them. Because just to kind of have a little, not too much pressure on game 4. Like if we lose, okay, that's okay. We still got another chance to kind of make it through this week. But no, I'm really happy. I don't know which one of us is going to be going for game 4, but at least it's going to be under our terms. We're going to be picking the mode. But
right, that's the kind of irony from losing the coin toss. You lost that race that Kyung got to pick the mode, but you've won the other 2, and now you're up 2-1 and get to pick the mode for game 4.
Yeah, so this is going to be much more comfortable territory. Still not sure who's going to be going, but yeah, at least it'll be in our terms. We're going to, in a mode that we're comfortable with, and hopefully a little difficulty on their end. But yeah, we still have no idea who they're going to be throwing in for game 4.
Oh yeah, and since Furaime is now discussing this in chat, yeah, that was the other thing we noticed about your GT climb, that you had no safeties for your health because you had never bought any potions and you never did the front of escape to get the powder.
Yeah, I was, as I made the climb to the Death Mountain, I'm like, I should have bought a blue potion because worst case I was going to go with just Master Sword, nothing else. And fighting Master Sword without silvers, I was going to use a cape too, so I was thinking I really need a blue potion because I'm probably going to be taking a lot of damage. But no, silvers just made it easy. I might have just mirrored and gotten a blue potion before the Ganon dropped down if I didn't have silvers, but I had a green potion, so I had no idea. I just fell behind because that late mirror just felt really bad.
Oh boy, Furaime celebrating his impending retirement, it looks like.
No, the powder was in the front escape then?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I had no intention of going back in there. I was gonna clear before the Aga though, but then I just remembered, wait, bomb jump, I could do that. I already threw out front escape as a lost cause, like if anything's there, I lost.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just amazed how many gambles you took that all paid off. Like, there was nothing essential in the front of escape, you skipped the vanilla big key chest in Eastern, that probably was responsible for a minute or 2 in your 6-minute margin in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I always do that. If I usually get to items the first, 3 checks, 4 checks, if I get the big key early, then yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and gamble on Armless Knights. I'm glad though, I haven't been punished. It's been a while since I've been punished really hard for that play. But yeah, in this case, I'm just glad. I might have gone back though, because I got the lamp pretty deep in logic, and I still was running out. I was really low on checks, so I may have gone back if the item within the big key chest.
Yeah, well, and you didn't go, well, I guess, right, that reminds me in terms of, skipping things. And Furaime, you can answer this in chat too. Both of you decided to skip left side swamp, even though, you're one item from go mode effectively, and you can do diver down if it's your first time through.
Yeah, I'm only one item for go mode. I was betting if there's only one item last time, I'm probably gonna skip it. If there's 2 items, I may go back, but I still felt super behind because of this mirror. But I'm glad at the end it didn't really unlock anything other than the sword for logical play. Yeah, there was probably no way I was gonna go there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the other thing that saved you time was you didn't hit the mire area, because by the time you got the flute, you had enough crystal dungeons open to you to keep you going straight through that.
Yeah, I was prioritizing the water dungeons. I got the flute and pod, and I still had the 2 water dungeons left. So I just thought, I gotta go for them. Because first chest of TR made me think Fire Rod's gotta be a nice palace. They already gave me the little package, a sword, a bombos medallion, the flippers. So I gotta go here first. And I already had pre-planned my route. If it's not there, then swamp. If it's not swamp, just go crystal pyramid fairy. If not there, I was gonna go straight into mire.
And to answer for Amy in chat, yes, you guys both did ice before swamp. And we never saw what was on pyramid ledge from either of you. That's just amazing. Like, how often do both runners go through a seed without either of them checking pyramid ledge?
I know. A required agap seed, and we're not even, we never even saw what was on the ledge. No, that hook shot was really like tempting. Like, I gotta go Death Mountain, ignore everything else.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine after swamp you probably would have done pyramid fairy and checked the ledge.
Yeah, definitely.
At that point, you guys are both in go mode.
It feels too bad too, just to walk all the way over from Catfish down to pyramid ledge. So yeah, I mean, if I had gotten something like a mushroom, like some kind of fetch quest, I would have just been like, I'm just gonna hold off on that. There's no guarantee there's progression behind that, so I'll just go pyramid ledge into pod. But the hook shot, it's too strong to ignore. You have all of Death Mountain, Light World, and Dark World.
Yeah, and of course, that wound up being the only way to get the hammer.
Yeah. Oh, and Furaime also brings up a good point. I'm glad. I'm just lucky. I'm glad that I was bombos required for TR, not Quake. Quake was somewhere into pot too, so that just would have been like a double dip for me up the mountain if that was the case.
Yeah, and we were thinking about that when you first went there, that like that would have been the worst situation for you at that point if it had been Quake.
Yeah.
Also, convenient that the flippers were in that compass chest for you guys, that you didn't have to do any more digging in TR.
Yeah, it's always nice. The first chest, required item, and you can't go any further. I'm like, okay, see ya. I'm done. Yeah, that was really nice.
Okay, well, that's all I got. Sir Link, if you can think of anything, otherwise we should probably be wrapping here.
No, I think that's about it for us.
Yeah, just one last shout out. Thank you guys, Drowsy and Sir Link, a lot for commentary and also for tracking this as well. Tracker. I have no idea who the tracker is, but thank you for tracking.
Yes, thank you, Akir, our tracker. Sorry that the bot is down, so we can't actually display Akir's name anywhere, but he has been a great tracker this whole race. And of course, give these runners a follow. Again, we can't post that in chat with the bot down, but you definitely should. Chances are you'll be seeing one or both of them again. Well, you'll be seeing at least one of them again because one of their teams is advancing to the finals, but also, there's a game 4, maybe a game 5. Speaking of these games, though, the next game we've got for you is actually game 3 of our other series, the Dark World Conference Finals, between Jet082 representing Fendrana Drifters and Raymond representing Team Sugoi. Team Sugoi is currently up 2-0, so it'll be interesting to see if Jet can force a game 4 or if Raymond gets the sweep. And that is at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Also here on the main SpeedGaming channel, in fact. And other than that, keep your eyes peeled for these guys' game 4 on showing up on the schedule at some point. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Thanks to the runners, GG to both of you. And thanks to my co-com, Sir Link-a-lot. It was great working with you today.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. It was a fun race, good race for us to commentate on. Looking forward to more for, as we wrap up the conference final week and we get to the grand finals next week.
Yeah, so we hope you're enjoying this next to last week of the league, and be sure to tune in tomorrow for the next race.